Hi, welcome back to my channel. In this video, I am going to share the research work of a great scholar. The Tamil world is yet to know him. The academic world is yet to hear him, but his breakthroughs speak louder than silence. This is the story of Ullaganar, mathematician, philosopher, thinker, and hermeneutic scientist. His real name is Loganathan. He wanted to be known as Ullaganar after his passing, hence we address his as Ullaganar. A scholar who saw what others missed, a thinker who revealed what others buried, a genius who saw hermeneutic science as the research methodology developed to great heights by the Tamils. Ullaganar was born in India on August 11, 1942, during the thick of World War II. His parents, Tamil settlers from South India, had moved to Malaysia and ran a small business in Sungai Petani, Malaysia, where Ullaganar began his schooling at Saraswati Tamil School, Sungai Petani. He later studied at Penang Free School, where his brilliance earned him a Colombo Plan scholarship. From 1962 to 1966, he studied mathematics and philosophy at the University of Otago, New Zealand. His journey continued to the University of London, where he earned a master's and doctorate in cognitive psychology using a method he pioneered, hermeneutic discourse analysis. The idea came about from Tolkappiyar. In 1979, he joined University Science Malaysia as a lecturer in educational psychology and deputy director of Project Inspire, developing instructional systems for rural schools. In this video, I want to share a few of his researches. First, about Sumerian language. In my previous videos, I have explained this in detail, so I am not going into the details here. In proving Sumerian as Tamil, he realized that the constructive linguistics used by Western scholars using protoforms was not scientific enough to show Sumerian as Tamil. So what he did was, he developed Tamil evolutionary linguistics, a scientific method rooted in Tolkappiyam, Pavanar's root linguistics, and Aurobindo's insights. Through this lens, he showed that Sumerian is not isolated, it is archaic Tamil. He found that constructive linguistics is a guessing game, using his own words. Ullaganar offered a rigorous, scientific evolutionary model, Tamil evolutionary linguistics. Next, let's see Bertrand Russell. He gave the world predicate calculus, a tool for logical analysis. Ullaganar, through his mastery of Tolkappiyam, created process calculus, an innovation that captures the dynamic flow of meaning, not just static logic. It's not just mathematics, it's the logic of life, language, and consciousness. Third, his research on Vedic studies and the Tamil roots of Sanskrit. This too I have mentioned in my previous videos. Using the same Tamil evolutionary linguistics, he showed how the base of Sanskrit is in Tamil. His findings were once dismissed. Now they are slowly but surely gaining recognition. Fourth, his research on Tolkappiyam and hermeneutics. Most people see Tolkappiyam as a Tamil grammar book. Ullaganar saw something more deeper and profound. He recognized that in Tolkappiyar was using hermeneutic science, not just for linguistics, but also to understand human behavior. The Tinai of Tolkappiyar wasn't just physical ecology, it was psychoecology, something that the world has not heard of. Tolkappiyam, according to Ullaganar, is not just a grammar book for language, but a grammar of life. Fifth, his research on psychology, which is truly amazing, as I am directly involved in this research. He created agamic psychology as a new branch in psychology. Edmund Freud gave us personal unconscious, Carl Jung collective unconscious. Ullaganar gave us the agamic unconscious, rooted in Tamil hermeneutic texts. While Freud and Jung founded psychoanalysis and analytical psychology to access the unconscious, they did not specifically create any tool to access the unconscious. Ullaganar, on the other hand, did not just stop at just introducing agamic unconscious. He, together with his co-researcher Sivakumar Ramakrishnan, developed what I have named Loganathan and Sivakumar's bomb test and Loganathan and Sivakumar's family portrait test as an empirical tool to access the unconscious. Bomb test was initiated by Emil Jucker way back around 1920. In 1987, Ullaganar modified this test. The idea came from his understanding of Tirumanthuram by Tirumular. Dated around 2nd century BC to the 4th century, this modified test goes much deeper than the original bomb test. These projective tests will be an important psychodiagnostic tool in the coming years. Sixth, Saivasiddhanta and hermeneutic logic. Western philosophers still struggle to define hermeneutics as a science. Ullaganar showed that Saivasiddhanta is indeed a hermeneutic system. Heidegger struggled with the logics of hermeneutic science. Ullaganar shows how Meykandar, 13th century Tamil philosopher and agamic scientist, explains the logics of hermeneutic science. Until today, Meykandar is a complete stranger to the world, except to a few. Through Saivasiddhanta, Ullaganar shows how it interprets being, consciousness, and liberation not through abstraction, but through lived logic. Next, let's look at Jean Piaget's cognitive development. Jean Piaget mapped the child's cognitive development through 4 stages: sensory motor, pre-operational, concrete operational, and formal operational. His work, based on observing Genevan children, became a global framework for understanding how minds grow. But Ullaganar saw a deeper architecture hidden beneath this cognitive scaffolding. Through decades of research using his projective tests, he recovered Meykandar's metaphysical psychology, a Tamil theory of mind that predates and transcends Piaget. In this view, the child is not merely a brain evolving, it is a soul navigating its own obscuration. Engulfed in primordial darkness, called malam in Tamil, the psyche uses for faculties manam attention, buddhi intellect, ahankaram ego, and sitham emotion or will to process experience and dispel ignorance. Piaget's stages describe cognitive growth. Meykandar's model, recovered by Ullaganar, reveals ontological awakening. The child's development is not just mental, it is metaphysical. This is not a rejection of Piaget, but a transcendence. Ullaganar's work reclaims a Tamil hermeneutic science where learning is the soul's journey toward clarity. Eighth, let's look at Bloom's taxonomy charts learning as a hierarchy, remembering, understanding, applying, analyzing, evaluating, and creating. It's a cognitive ascent structured, measurable, and widely adopted. But Ullaganar, through his hermeneutic recovery of Meykandar's metaphysics, reframes this ascent using the Tamil triad, Pathi the absolute, Pasu the soul, and Pasam bondage. In this view, learning is not just mental, it is metaphysical. The soul Pasu is bound by Pasam, the ties of ignorance and desire. It seeks Pathi, not as a distant goal, but as its own forgotten essence. Each stage of Bloom's taxonomy finds its deeper echo in this journey. Remembering is the soul's first stirrings. Understanding is the loosening of bonds. Creating is not just synthesis, it is the soul's reunion with the absolute, but at the same time retaining its own identity. Ullaganar's reinterpretation reveals that learning is not a ladder, it is a spiral of return. The Tamil theory does not measure knowledge, it measures clarity, in other words, reduction of ignorance. Through his work, the lost metaphysical foundations of Tamil education are not just remembered, they are reborn. Ullaganar is not just a scholar, he is a revealer. He showed us that Tamil is not just a language, it is a lens. His studies revealed that Tamil religion, which goes by the name of Saivasiddhanta, a subset of the broader Hinduism, is not just faith, it's philosophy, science, and interpretation. In Tamil metaphysics, he found the science of the soul. My concluding remark is, modern science does not recognize the existence of the soul. It does not differentiate between living being and not living entities. That is its biggest weakness. Tamil science does. You can see it in the language itself. This video is a tribute to the scholar the Tamil world must now embrace, to the legacy we must now amplify. His name is Ullaganar, let it echo. After nearly 800 years of silence, Ullaganar recovered the hermeneutic essence of Tamil thought, a legacy long forgotten by the Tamils themselves. Hermeneutic logic, once central to Tamil intellectual tradition, had faded from collective memory. The last to wield it with precision was Meykandar. Ullaganar's work is not just A revival, it is a reclamation of Tamil's deepest philosophical inheritance. Thank you for watching. Let the seeking of truth resonate in our souls. Signing off for now, I am Ullaganar Merapan.